Man, these are fresh. Literally fresh. They just got made a few weeks ago. You can't get fresher than that. What's going on, everyone? I'm Nabil from Boosted Laces, and today I'll be giving you my first impressions on a fresh pair of sneakers. But before we get into the video, I'd like to thank you for joining us once again. And if you are new to this channel, please crack that subscribe button. It does help us out to continue to deliver awesome quality content and insight onto the Australian sneaker market and more. And with that being said, let's get into this package and see what we have today. A huge shout out to the great folks at Serious Players Only, or SPO, for sending this awesome pair of sneakers to me. This right here is the Player One, and in my opinion, that's an awesome name. It gives me a lot of arcade machine vibes, and this particular colorway in the sleek black with the pink hits is dubbed the Hater colorway. A bit of backstory: I came across Serious Players Only a few months ago before the launch of their first colorway. And what sets them apart and makes them unique from other sneaker companies is their drive and passion for the game of basketball. The co-founder himself is an avid basketball player who followed Kobe's career passionately. So it's no accident to see a lot of design cues and odes to the late great Kobe Bryant and his shoe line in their sneakers. Now, although SPO is a newcomer to performance basketball sneakers, they are kicking things off with a bang on the Player One, delivering some serious tech. As always, let's kick things off with the traction, and we have a herringbone pattern all the way through. In the middle, we have a carbon fiber shank plate. The rubber itself is soft and malleable, which will deliver quite good performance on an indoor court. I did try them out here in the studio on the stage, and I gotta tell you, they are squeaky and grippy. Now, that may not translate on a basketball court, but I can't wait to try them out. The cup sole does have a nice little outrigger. It's not much, but it is enough to provide a little bit of lateral stability. Moving our way up, we have a one-piece knitted upper that SPO is calling Nerve Knit. It is a very lightweight, thin, breathable material, basically see-through material, that provides a lot of support with these cords that wrap around like a web, keeping you contained, as well as some reinforcement with some fuse around the toe box and other high wear areas. The tongue is slightly padded and independent, allowing for a lot of lace lockdown. It's also accentuated by the SPO logo, which I believe stands for 4 AM, which is another nod to Kobe's work ethic. Coming around the back, we have an external TPU heel counter that is reminiscent of the Kobe 7. It's embossed with Serious Players Only branding, and there is a fair amount of cushioning here in the back. Above that, on the heel tab, we have some hits of embroidery that also throw back to Kobe's Mamba mentality. On one shoe it says "Don't love me," on the other it says "Hate me." And now onto the meat and potatoes. The Player One cushioning setup comes in the form of a very familiar drop-in midsole. It reminds me a lot of the Kobes of the past, one being the Kobe Mamba Rage in the Grinch colorway, which I have here. That one had a Lunarlon drop-in midsole. However, the Player One features 3 densities of foam on their drop-in midsole. The first being this pink outer layer, which is called Evanlon, very similar to Lunarlon, and it does have a lot of lateral containment, keeping your foot in the footbed. And on the bottom, we have extra support or extra cushioning in the form of these 2 white pieces called Popcorn and the 2 blue pieces called Gum, and it really provides a lot of impact protection. However, there's also a nice little surprise underneath all that, which is very similar to Boost, and this is a very thin insole-like cushion that sits directly underneath the drop-in midsole, providing you with even more impact protection on a very lightweight shoe. Spo has announced that they are planning on releasing even more varieties of the drop-in midsole, allowing more players to personalize it to their style of play. Aesthetically, I think they look great. I mean, they're obviously Kobe inspired, in particular the Kobe 11 or the Mamba Rage, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, and there are subtle differences that I do believe make them unique in their own way. Officially, there have been 4 colorways launched, the first being the yellow Bruce Lee inspired colorway, the sea salt and the cocoa pink, and finally this black beauty here, the hater colorway. There are a lot more coming up, and Serious Players Only has already given us a glimpse of what's to come, and there are some real bangers in there, which I'm really looking forward to. The Player One retails for $158 US, which considering the tech that you get is quite reasonable. There will be a major restock coming soon, and if you want to find out more, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description. Personally, I'm glad to see a basketball company that is heavily focused on performance. Like they say, they're made by players, made for players. And if this is what they are providing on their first shoe, I cannot wait to see what's to come from Serious Players Only in the future. But I would like to know what you guys think. Is the Player One a must cop for you? And what do you think of a sneaker company like Serious Players Only? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. That wraps it up for this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.